Do it.
I'm here with the Fact Freak again. How you doing?
I'm good. Like another account banned. Like I don't know whether like it's becoming a thing now. Whenever I come on the podcast, that I've had an account banned or
Hey, I've
suspended.
been banned 15 times. Shouldn't hang around with me. I'm right.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It could be infectious. I mean, I've just been get mass reported again, haven't I? It happens all the time, and it doesn't really bother me. I just start another one up again.
So is this your biggest account though?
No, like
And
I think I was around somewhere between 25 and 30K was my biggest account. I can't remember. Somebody said it was 28, but I'm not sure. But this one was the biggest one I've had for a while, I suppose. It was heading up towards 19K. Um, but I like it's people recognize me. Do you know what I mean? So I end up eventually getting the followers, and I only really care about getting enough followers to go live because if I fancy going live, obviously that's cool to do. Um, and
yeah,
I kind of have a little competition with myself anyway. Like now I know I got to 18.5. I'm going to see if I can get to 19.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, anyone that's watching this, just remember, when I first joined, it took me, I don't know, about 8 months to get to 10K, and I was friends with a lot of big TikTokers that had loads. And I was talking to someone the other day about this. I swear, like 2 years ago when I joined, there wasn't as many big accounts, if you know what I mean. Like
Right.
now, you go on and everyone seems not everyone, but there's a lot of accounts at 100K
Oh yeah.
a minimum. But back then, when I first joined, it was quite hard to get to that. Don't know why. Whether there was obviously there's more people now, so there's more potential followers, I suppose. But
Yeah.
it took me about 8 months to get to 10K, and I got banned, and I was really fucking upset, and like, and I lost all my videos and blah blah blah, and then I made another account, and I got to 10K in 7 days, 20K in 2 weeks, 30K in 3 weeks, and it was just growing up 10K a week. So
That's
anyone
good.
anyone that's watching, it's not always a bad thing, like because it can. It's just luck as well sometimes. The amount of stuff that gets pushed out that's shit I've done.
Oh yeah. Like you can do something completely throwaway that you've put no fucking thought into it whatsoever and it goes massive. Or like for me, I will sometimes re-upload content that I've obviously done on other channels after they've been banned. And sometimes they'll go massive. Like I did a video about Purple Aki that really had about 10K views or something. And then when I re-uploaded it on the Fact Freak 4, after that, whatever that account was, got banned, it was like 300,000 views, went absolutely through the roof. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It just, I think it just depends.
yeah, it
Um,
depends. Yeah, um, and sometimes you think that re-uploads won't get as much, especially with the watermarks on, but it does. I had one hit 1 million on a backup account, and then I thought, oh, I'm just going to repost it again like 3 days later, and it got like nearly 2 million. Like
nice.
it got a lot more. Um, and then it got me permanently banned.
But you see, TikTok is like a gamble, though, isn't it? Right? Because the system's fucking broken. Like, if somebody wants you off the app and they've got enough friends who also want you off the app, you're off the app. Because all they have to do is keep reporting your videos and keep reporting it. And eventually the bot goes, oh, well, if this many people are saying it's harassment and bullying, it must be. And they pull it. I mean, the account that I've, well, it's in appeal or whatever at the moment, but the account I've lost today, like, I've never had this option before. It looked like I couldn't appeal it, but then when I went into it, it said I could view the details of all of my strikes, and then you could just see the list. And literally every video, like pretty much every video, had been reported over one day between like 2 hours. So you can tell that some people have gone on in numbers and just did it. And I'm like, but this isn't the first time this has happened to one of my accounts because that's how people know how to shut you down. Um, I always just think of it a bit of a victory, to be honest, because if they want to shut me down, I'm doing damage to people who are, who are pricks, who deserve it, who deserve to be highlighted or whatever.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be able to do it, should you? Like I said to you before, some people could view your content as bullying a little bit, like because you're picking someone out and doing a video on there.
Yeah,
And then you've got people like Scuba Diver Joe and Nicholas too, and they're just don't. I can't really see anything they'd ever do to get permanently banned. Yet they've both been permanently banned through
yeah.
massive.
I can. My content, like you say, is more likely to piss people off, basically. And that sort of reaction, where somebody like them, it's it's completely unjustified, but it can be used.
Yeah,
Now, I was accused of bullying recently, the most I've ever been accused before. And this is obviously about Sasha Fontaine, the Bond villain, who's really stepped it up. If she was a fucking Bond villain, I reckon she'd have killed him. She, she's honestly, um, so like, I was like, I want to approach this without getting fucking upset or anything, but I had a rabbit, a pet, a house rabbit, who went in for surgery last week, and a few days later he died suddenly. Okay, so was pretty fucking broken. I'm still broken about it, man. And obviously, I'd done this deep dive on Sasha Fontaine, where it exposed all this sort of horrible shit that she's been doing, mocking people with cancer and all sorts of shit, charity figures that didn't add up and all sorts. So she'd sort of disappeared off the app and sort of went into hiding. And I came on TikTok and probably shouldn't have done it. I was just a loose end. So I went onto a live and I did a live and I got quite upset. And obviously, like, people knew what was going on. So it become the thing of like showing your weakness, right? So she then went on to her Facebook and all this and was posting images of Watership Down and saying, haha, funny that Hop, the rabbit was called Hops, has died and that's karma for what you've done and all that sort of shit. Um, I went fucking mental, Stan. I was like, sorry, the gloves are off. This is the first time I've ever really had an opinion on somebody that I've done a deep dive on. This cemented to me that this woman is fucking evil. She's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, she did, like, this. You might not like me, you might not, but this is like an all new sort of low. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, and so then I systematically went after her on my TikTok, basically dedicated like a day of videos just going at her, pulling her apart, showing her like, and nothing like, nothing, like name calling or anything like that. Just sort of replying to comments that I was getting, telling everybody what she'd said about the rabbit and everything like that, and what she'd done about other shit. Um, and all these people started turning up on my page, and these are the people who have mass reported me. She's been in like groups on Facebook being like, I'm being bullied by this guy. So giving out like her version of events without actually any truth in it. Now, a lot of people, I was like, have you actually watched the deep dive? Have you looked at the facts? I'm not lying here when I'm saying she's done these things and etc. Quite a few people were commenting like, shit, I've watched the video now, or I've watched this, like, I can't believe I was supporting her. But these people were still giving me crap, and they were saying, you're bullying her, you're going at this woman. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I fucking am right now, because she's just come at me quite personally. And that ended up with several videos with over 60,000 views, all on her. But what the problem was she was sending people to obviously have a go at me in the comments. I'm responding, and the videos are just snowballing.
yeah,
So that's the way TikTok works. So then 2, 3 days after I posted these damn videos, and I hadn't even um, really posted anything other than that. But obviously, because people are still commenting, it's going on people's For You page, be like, can you not leave this woman alone, etc. And I'm like, I fucking left her alone. I did like a day of just calling her out, about 10 videos. Um, but yeah, so it really, I don't know, like, really crossed the line as far as I'm concerned. I do think she's absolutely vile. Um,
Yeah.
but there's been a snowball effect. You see, I was going to do like I was like, should I do a video on YouTube or should I do a video on TikTok or should I do whatever? And instead I'll say it here, Stan. I have a like an unwritten sort of like what my plan is when it comes to deep dives and shit. What I want to achieve, why I choose somebody for a deep dive. So why I choose somebody like, for instance, if there was Sasha Fontaine, who's a con artist and a cunt, right? And I have Mark Feely, who's a registered fucking sex offender and is possibly loose in the UK, and there's some more information. A video about him is going to be more important to put out onto TikTok than about her. That's like, like priority wise sort of thing.
Yeah.
But at the time, there's nothing else going on, so I've got her. So she becomes my focus. Now, when somebody is my focus, what I want is for people to know who this person is and why they should know who they are. Like so it just becomes about raising awareness of something.
Yeah.
Um, so with Sasha Fontaine, who'll probably be celebrating with a cheap bottle of wine, after having my account banned. I mean, she's lost hers as well. But the um, the thing is, if you search Sasha Fontaine on TikTok, it's videos of people, not just me, because obviously a lot of mine's gone now because my account's been suspended. But if you go on there, there's so many videos of people over the last couple of weeks who are like, yes, I actually know this woman. Here's some, do you know what I mean? Here's some evidence of shit she's done or whatever. And her name will be forever tainted. You go to my YouTube, the videos have 10,000 odd views, which is great for YouTube, for myself and everything. But the views are there, there's comments there. I used to know this woman. I'm so glad you told me about this. Da, da, da. The comments. So, as far as I'm concerned, mission fucking successful. It was mission successful a while ago. I wanted her to just fuck off because there's other people that will need highlighting more than her now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Um,
when you say she's like took the piss out of cancer and she's done this and that, like, can you tell us a bit more context with the cancer thing? What did she actually say?
right. So there's a creator on TikTok called Mrs. Brown Barrel Cakes, right? Just a woman who makes cakes. I swear, what a nice enough woman. But she was friends with Sasha at some point, and disclosed to Sasha that when she had cancer, the outgoing thing was that she ended up with a catheter and things like this. So Sasha then, when they fell out, went online and told everybody about this woman's incontinence problems and everything like that, which is quite personal and shit. However, she then went on the woman's live, and like this is in deep dive part 3 that I did on Sasha Fontaine. Like it's all there for people to see. Um, but she went on the live with the woman, and this Brown Barrel Cakes was saying, "Oh, it's disgusting. Why would you share that? Can we not just put this to bed? This is disgusting." And she was saying, "Yeah, but how long ago was it you had cancer? How long was it?" It was like 17 years ago. And she was like, "Yeah, but you didn't tell everybody else it was 17." And everyone was like, "Who the fuck cares whether it was 17 years ago or 7 fucking days ago?" But then I was able to find the actual clip where Mrs. Brown Barrel Cakes actually told everyone about her cancer and said that it was 17 years ago. So she's just lying, Sasha, again to manipulate the truth and make people look bad. So stuff like that, the woman had sent a voice note about having piles to do with stuff like that, and she played it out in the videos and stuff like that. I would not want to be a friend with somebody like Sasha Fontaine. Like, you and I talk about shit, Stan. Like, if we were to fall out, I wouldn't be like, "Who? Look at here's the DMs from fucking." You know what I mean? It's very like twisted, really.
So if you approached her about that, does she just own it and just say, "Yeah, what on the account," or does she try and go, "No, I didn't say that. I didn't do that."
She completely what she does, Stan, is she deflects. So if you say, "I did that," she'll go, "Yeah, but did you know that this person said that about that, and he keeps mentioning the charity money, and I've never," and you're like, "What? Like that's not what we're talking about." You know what I mean?
this is the thing that pisses me off with TikTok. There's a lot of people in the comments like that, deflect stuff. You'll say one thing, say Mr. UK TikTok or whatever. I was duetted a video today where someone was burning his jacket.
Oh, well, I didn't see a duet, but you shared it to me.
Yeah. So someone stole his jacket and was burning it, and they was literally on the video saying, like a lot of people say they just use him for clout and stuff like that, and he was saying on the video, "Come on, follow me. I'm doing this for clout." He just admitted.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll get if you stick up for Kev, or not even sticking up for him, just saying it's out of order, setting fire to his stuff.
Yeah.
People in the comments will say, "Yeah, but did you know he done this? Did you know he done that?" And I'm like.
But the thing is, you see, there's Sasha Fontaine obviously wanted to get big allies, right? So she said in one video that I lie about Mr. TikTok official and Chelsea Leart, right? I've only done one video on Chelsea Leart, and it was a reaction video, and I didn't even know who the fuck it was, and I wasn't nasty about it. And I was like, recently, the most recent video I've done about fucking Kev was me saying, everyone fucking pack this shit in. This is stupid. I'm sorry. Like, and of course, when I pointed that out to her, she then moved on to something else. So she'll never hold her hands up and go, you know what it is? I'm a dick. I need to sort it out. And
yeah, I've never actually seen her before. So she's been banned. Has she made another account, or did she just post on other social medias?
she's made another account, and she changes her name all the time and stuff like that. Like, she owned a business during the pandemic, and she was given money by the government, the furlough money, to pay her staff. And she didn't pay her staff. She kept the money, and her staff took it to a tribunal. Well, I don't know whether it would be in a tribunal, but to court at least, to get the money back. You can actually search the Gov website using the case number and see the form. It's there for everybody to see. It's a public record, and I showed that all in one of my deep dives. And she's still like, "Oh yeah, but this." Do you know what I mean? Like, people are then coming in my comment section going, "She never did any of those things. You're bullying her." And I'm like, "Have you actually watched anything? Have you actually done the bare minimum research?" There's basically people who believe their own whatever they decide to believe at the time, I suppose, which I never understand. You know, like if somebody made random claims about you, Stan, I wouldn't be like, "Oh yeah, right, okay, I'm totally behind that." I'd be like, "Oh, wait a minute." Like, I mean, we know each other personally, so it's a bit different. But I'd be like, "Well, what's the evidence there? What does this actually happen? Does this? Do you know what I mean?"
Yeah, it's just the internet. So if someone like, I've not really got that large of a following, but if someone with a large following, if I fill out someone with a large following and they just turn around and said Stan's a paedophile, the amount of people that would just jump on it and call me a paedophile, and then
Dude, she tried to do that to me. You know, she
really,
played out some fucking Sasha Fontaine. She played out some video. She went, "I found this video. There's nowhere on fucking TikTok." I broke it down in a response on the YouTube thing. She took a screenshot of one of my videos, and it was an audio thing off TikTok that said, "Do you know this man, James? He was arrested for a serious sexual assault in 2003. He denied all evidence but was charged." And she was like, "I've just seen this. I'm just saying. I'm just saying." And then I was like, "Oh, wait a minute. Like, are you insane?" Like, so
just the first name.
yeah, oh yeah. This is what I was like, when I search James, it comes up with that band, you know. But then obviously, like, obviously they were just trying to throw shit at me, you know what I mean? Deflect and stuff. But that could do somebody some serious fucking harm if people believe that, for example. I mean, I had to laugh. Like, I work for the fucking NHS. You couldn't work for the NHS if you had that sort of criminal record. You can if it's like a minor crime, but something like that, you couldn't. I have sole custody of my two children. That's not something you're going to get handed over. Do you know what I mean? With all this sort of stuff. But that could do people some serious harm. Do you know what I mean? Like you say,
I had
if
it
people.
a week when I done the podcast with what's his fucking name? the blonde fella. I got loads of shit for. Oh, what is his name?
Paul Snapshot.
Yeah, Paul. I got loads of shit after that, and there's loads of troll pages where people just edit shit about him. And then I'm fucking on one, and it's saying that I'm messaging a 17-year-old girl on Instagram. And I looked at it, and you can just see it's fake straight away. Do you know what I mean? And she's saying that she's 18 now, and I messaged her when she was 17. And you look at it, and I've only changed my name recently to Stanblade Official because TikTok is Stanblade Official. I used to always take the piss out of people with official in the name, but when you search Stanblade on
We
TikTok,
both did. Did you clock what my new account's called? The Fact Freak Official.
the reason I've done it, and I've done it before, Kev, is because when you search Stanblade, there's about 30 accounts.
Yeah, I was going to tag you with a video before, and I was like, fuck, what's all this?
That's why I put Stanblade Official. So I've done that on Instagram to match it up. So, and I used to have quite a lot of content on Instagram, but when I moved to Leicester this year, I thought, oh, I'm going to just have a fresh start. So I removed all my content on Instagram. I put one picture on. So, and when you go on Instagram, you search someone's name, it says how many posts you got. I don't know if you noticed. It says one post, 80 posts, whatever it is.
Right, okay.
There's one post, and it says Stanblade Official, and this is screenshotted from last year when this girl was supposedly 17, now 18. And I wasn't called Stanblade Official last year. And I didn't have one post last year, I had loads of posts. And then
it's so easy. It's so easy to create like I don't know whose deep dive it was. I think it might have been Holly Stanley or something. There was somebody where somebody was using like these DMs on TikTok as like this proves that this person's been messaging minors and all that sort of shit. And then I was like, no, like this just proves that somebody's like created a copy of this account. Like if that was a police investigation, you'd have to have data downloaded from your phone that would tell you the metadata, whether it was from that phone account. But it's so easy. Like I could just take your profile picture now, Stan, from whatever, create a fucking thing. I could do it now in 5 minutes while we're on this podcast. And you know what I mean? Send messages to myself, change my account to something else, picture of a lass or something, and then just take the screenshot and bang, there you go, look at this. It's not really evidence,
No, but people believe it, and even if half do and half don't, there's always people that believe it, and then sometimes
people who read the Daily Mail, maybe.
Yeah, but sometimes there's a screenshot of me supposedly talking to a 17-year-old asking if her nipples appears, and people are believing it, and they're coming over to mine, and I wonder what's going on with hate. We get hate sometimes, but people being really nasty to me. And then someone tagged me in it, and I was like, fuck's sake, like, what is this shit? And it's because I've done the podcast with that Paul guy, and people are believing it.
Well, that's the thing, you see. If you stand up to the majority, obviously people don't like it. I mean, look at Liam sticking up for Mr. TikTok. He ain't had it easy, has he? Because everyone's just turning on him now. Which, I mean, I did it. I put up a post sticking up for him as well, and people turn on you. Like even Sasha, right? Somebody, because she's on Plenty of Fish, right? She does sex work and stuff like that, right? And somebody's put up a picture of her with her fucking knickers over her face and fucking all this sort of shit that she does on there, whatever the hell it is, right? And people are tagging me constantly in this goddamn video, like I want to see her like that. And I'm like, oh, somebody's tagged me, fucking hell, no again. But then the thing is, I replied to the comment. I was like, I don't have a problem with fucking sex work. If she, you know what I mean? If that's something she's doing, and that there's two people consenting, and she's, that's fucking crack on. I don't give a shit. Like I care about the horrible shit that she shouldn't be doing. She's of legal age, obviously, to do whatever the fuck she wants over there. But people then want to obviously I don't know, scold somebody for that, but then they expect, oh wait a minute, he's done deep dives on this woman. He should just hate her outright or hate everything that they do outright. And I'm like, well, no, I have an opinion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's when I said that them guys were bullying Kev, and the guy that called me out was like, "Fucking you bully Kev all the time. You're always taking the piss out of him. You do it verbally." And I'm like, I have took the piss out of him sometimes, but doesn't mean I want you to watch four men beat him up just because I took the piss out of him. It's like everyone wants it black and white. Like one, you can't have any middle ground. And going back to Liam, Liam always sticks up for people. He's done it with Smithy Family and Lawrence and fucking whatever the latest thing is, and he always gets shit. And like me and Liam are always like taking the piss out of Mr. UK TikTok, but then we're sticking as well because it's just banter and stuff. We're not like bullies. We don't want him to get his stuff set like.
Well, yeah, there's a big difference between like taking the piss or, you know what I mean? Like the same sort of banter that you would do with friends, or, you know, like everything's up for a, you know, a parody or a piss take or whatever. But going and like trying to intimidate somebody and or stealing their stuff, like I don't care whether it's like I'm terrified of this bloody baseball cap, but you know, even if it's somebody's hat or somebody's jacket, like what are you to be like, oh, it's just, you know, it's just his hat. Oh, he's on the hat number 4. Like, imagine just how pissed off. I'm surprised he hasn't just turned around and clocked somebody in the face. Like, imagine your hat. Like, it's like poking the bear, isn't it? Imagine like every day somebody just ran off with your hat. One day he'll go feral and attack somebody, and then he'll get banged up, and they'll
Yeah,
all be like, "Oh, well, that's what was said about him all along." Well,
but it's like, and then all the people in the comments, if it's on the live, there's like hundreds of people going burn it. But it's like some
oh God.
modern day witch hunt.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like the gladiator pits again, but it's a fucking very shit version of it. Um, like I don't understand. Like, there's a lot of this, isn't there? I mean, Trucker G, obviously, he got smacked, didn't he? Somebody punched him in the back of the head. I don't know whether like I'm not. I saw the video. That's sly as fuck.
Yeah,
Like coming up behind somebody and smacking them in the side, or you know, behind to the side, whatever it is. Cool cocking somebody from behind like a coward. Um, Obviously, this guy you told me about has been stabbed. Mr. TikTok getting jumped.
yeah,
It's you start being like, do people think that there's some crossover between trolling people like online and, oh, I see this person now, I'm going to actually do something, or and it's
yeah. I've just got a thing flag up saying I've got 10 minutes. You know when I went on with you and Liam and you only had 40 minutes?
yeah.
Saying that now, but there's only 2 of us. I don't know what's doing that. So I'm going to have to come off after 10 minutes. Where's the
It's all right.
right, I'll have to have a look at it afterwards, but that'll be a good 40 minutes though. I just want to let you know it's saying 10 minutes. Yeah, I know everyone used to take piss out of Jordan Wheeler, and now Jordan Wheeler's in prison, I think. And everyone misses him now. And Ian Moore left TikTok for a little while, and everyone missed him. So the people like
Everyone wants me to do deep dive.
they bully people to leave, and then when they leave, they miss them, and they like I don't know, it's weird.
Well, because they need it, don't they? It's like we said before, it's like watching a car crash. You know, as you drive past, you have a little look, see what's going on. Um, it's just, it's weird. Like, there's a lot of, it seems like there's a lot of creators that are being sort of attacked, you know, out there. And I mean, I've been threatened it before, plenty. But I don't know, it's strange. Like, it's strange. This person that was doing that to Trucker J, like, I'm not. She seems like an interesting woman. A lot of them.
Yeah,
And
I've not even spoke to him to be. Well, I spoke to him that night when he got punched. The actual night, but I was drunk on live, and his wife went live and joined me, and he was in the background and he was talking. But I've not actually spoke to him sober because I'm both sober about what actually happened, and I
yeah,
don't know who that woman is.
no. But you see, it's one of those things. Like it's just fucking vile. I don't understand. Oh, by the way, do you think this guy? Because you sent me a video earlier. What's he called? Kev's mate who nicked his phone. Pulley, is it?
Yeah, so Kev got his phone stolen, and then people are justifying it, saying, well, it's not actually his phone, it's Pulley's phone because Pulley bought him it, but then they fell out, so Pulley has the right to take it back, which I don't agree with. If he's giving him the phone and then they're falling out. And then Pulley saying that we set it all up and Kev told me to nick it and we was going to get loads of views and stuff like that.
I call bullshit on that because I was watching that video and he says that there's messages, there were messaging and organising that. If that was me doing that video, the messages would be behind me. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, there we go. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a good enough smoke screen if there's like a police investigation or something. The police would just laugh at that. They would say exactly the same. Show me the messages.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Isn't it a gift though? Can
Yeah.
you take a gift back legally? I don't know.
I don't know. Not that way.
Mm.
But I know that Kev does lie a lot. Like it's a lot of it is set up. Like when he'd be in a hotel and then he'd slip where he's staying and then he looks at the camera and he's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
No, it's obvious he wants people to know where he is, but he's pretending that it's an accident
Yeah.
for whatever reason. But I saw that he's back at his dad's now after Cornwall. And there's another Tommy character now that was banging on his door. And his dad was saying doesn't live here. And then he was like, I don't know if you saw it. And then Kev come in the back. Kev's shouting at him and he's shouting. And I'm like, don't go to people's houses. Like,
Do you know what the thing is though? Like, they must have fuck all else to do in their life. Because like, I'm just thinking about all the shit I have to juggle. You know, like work and kids and fucking. I couldn't be then like going off and finding a random TikToker that I don't like's house and fucking start shit. I've got to pencil that in on Wednesday. Wednesday, I need to film a video screaming at somebody at their front door. Like, it's insane. Like, there's some lass, and you know, she's just reading out what seems like an impact statement of a crime that he's committed, sexual harassment against her, to the camera or something. You know, like you can't see her; it was just a blank thing or whatever. Like, why would you be doing that? Why wouldn't you be doing it at the police station? Why would you? It it's just like everyone just seems to be fishing around him. I don't know how he stays on the app, mate. I'd be off. I'd be away. I'd have had enough.
yeah, he's obviously got mental problems. So I don't.
Yeah, well,
He just wants to be famous, and if he's famous for being hated, like Jimmy was,
I don't think that's the kind of fame that I would ever
it
want.
doesn't.
Really, I mean,
It doesn't seem to make a difference with him.
I know people hate me. Obviously, I'd be with a camp band again. But like I don't think I could just outright everybody commenting, everybody interacting, just saying that shit about you all the time. It can't be healthy for you anyway. Even if your mental health was spot on, somebody saying that to you all the time and making those things to you all the time is gonna trigger you eventually.
Yeah, I saw Liam in the comments the other day, and this guy was saying that why does he keep dancing when he knows what's going to happen? And Liam's like, why shouldn't he? Which is a good point. Like, why should he likes going out in the street dancing?
Exactly. How does that harm anybody?
Um, Stop because someone might nick his fucking out or something. You know what I mean?
That's ridiculous. That shouldn't even be a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and this guy was just saying you shouldn't do it because he knows what's going to happen. Like, what should you do? Just stay indoors because there's cunts out there.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
But yeah, like I said, I did have a bigger account, and sometimes I've had videos really take off. But these people like Emor and Kev and stuff like that, it's constant. And I've had it for a couple of days, and then it's blown over. But everyone seemed, anyone on TikTok would probably know who Kev is, or seen him at one stage.
100%. All of these people we talk about, everybody, you know what I mean? Lucy Rose, Brian Rose, Jordan Wheeler, Ian Moore, a lot of them. Everyone kind of knows who they are, don't they?
Yeah, so it must be quite overwhelming.
They're the celebrities of TikTok. Fucking hell. I know you've said it before, but let's put them all in a house. Like, honestly, I'd be so up for that.
Yeah, put them all in a house, or just one of those documentaries where they just go and visit everyone.
That's it.
And the characters are on there.
It would look like a Little Britain documentary, though, wouldn't it? Like it would look like it was a parody. It would look like it was a joke.
Yeah, well, I'm running out of time. I was going to do a full hour, but I don't know why it's doing that.
So
We'll do another one though. That's 40 minutes.
yeah, man. Of course, of course.
All right, thanks for chatting to me, and I'll talk to you on Instagram, no doubt.
Pleasure as always, dude.
It will be out Monday, by the way. I'm going to put them
Cool.
out at 8 o'clock. I used to put them at midnight on the podcast side, but I never used to put them on YouTube. Now I'm putting them on YouTube. I think it's better to put it out at like 8 or something, because no
If you
one.
put it out at 8 on a night, I'll promote it as well, because there's some people who want to know what I've got to say about her, obviously. Because
Yeah.
this is like, I'm hoping this will be the last time I have to mention her. So people who've been at my premieres might come over as well, and I'll be in the chat too.
Okay, I'll premiere it for 8 on Monday.
Cool. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan, sir.
All right, cheers, mate.
Dude, peace.
Cheers, bye.
Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.